Hey everybody, what's going on? This is part 2 of my guitar collection video. In the first part we did my Fender guitars and Squires and everything that fell under the Fender brand basically. In this one, this is going to be the rest of them, so a little bit more diverse than just Fender in this. So this guitar, big case, I'm sure you guys can figure out what this is if you follow my channel at all, but this is my LTD Snakebite in Snow White. This was basically always wanted a head-filled guitar, and this was the closest I could come to the Explorer shape that had the specs that I wanted. I didn't want the pick guard and the toggle switch on the horn, so this was pretty much what I was going to get as far as like getting a head-filled guitar. I thought about the Iron Cross, but that was a little too head-filled. Whereas this one, it kind of just has that, it's like an updated look on a classic, I guess you could say. And I like it a lot, to the point where I might get the black satin one too. This one, again, pretty obvious what it is because of the case. This is my Kirk Hammett LTD White Zombie guitar. You know, I'm not big on the signature series guitars that like are obviously like built around the personality of the player, which is weird. I guess they're all technically built around the personality of the player, but I really wanted this not so much because it was a Kirk Hammett guitar, but because of the artwork and the graphics on it. I just thought it was cool and something different that you don't see a lot of. I mean, and the inlays are fucking awesome, but I mean, look at that. That's fucking great. I wish the pickups were covered, but you know, I guess it gives you some flexibility in being able to swap out the pickups for whatever you want. And you can buy stickers for them on eBay or whatever to cover them up to make it blend a little bit better, but I'll leave it. Now this is my Black Explorer that I built from a kit. These kits are pretty nice. Bodies are a little bit smaller than an actual Explorer, but I mean, again, it had what I was going for. I didn't want the toggle switch on the horn or things like that. I mean, I'll eventually get probably a regular Explorer, but you know, this was, I should do a video on this because this one was a chore. And we had some problems, but the neck, you'll notice, I like a satin feeling neck. I prefer it, but I can do gloss, but I just stained it and tongue oiled the neck and sprayed the rest and put a glossy finish on the rest of the guitar. And then this one, this is just, it's the same kit, just obviously I stained it with a red oak stain. I didn't dye the fretboard like I did on the black one. The black one I dyed with ebony dye, and this one I just left it alone. Used black hardware. I thought about maybe switching them, putting all the chrome hardware on this one and then putting all the black hardware on the black one, but I haven't really settled on anything yet. When I ordered the kit, I didn't order it with hardware, so I didn't get a back plate, so I kind of had to improvise a little bit. But it's a pretty solid guitar. Sounds great. This is the first of the Epiphones we're going to get through. This is a 2008 Les Paul Custom, and it's white, but it kind of has that nice vintage white fade yellowing thing going on, so it's kind of like a creamy, it kind of looks like the Randy Rhoads Les Paul Custom. I put a black headset in here. I put the pickup in right for the neck position, but I put the pickup ring on wrong because I wasn't paying attention. It sounds really good, so I don't know if it's just because it's the pickup or if because it's angled wrong. I don't know, so I've just left it alone. It doesn't fret out or anything, but I don't know, man. I don't love this guitar, so I don't know if this is a keeper or not. We'll see. This is my black 2011 Les Paul Custom. This guitar I love. I'd like to get the brushed gold EMG headset for this, but I just haven't got around to it. This one actually does have the ebony fretboard, which is a nice touch over the rosewood or whatever's on the white one. But this guitar I really do like. I thought about maybe blacking out the hardware on the white one, but I'm thinking about maybe just blacking out the hardware on this one and making it solid black. I don't know. But this guitar This is a fucking keeper. This thing rips. I love this thing. And this one is one of my 96, yes, this is the wine red 96 made in Korea standard. Now from 96 to like 99 or 2000 they had a run called the Translucent series, and that was what this guitar was. It's from that limited edition. I took the bridge pickup out and put a Seymour Duncan Invader in, and I really haven't done anything else to this guitar. But this one's kind of a sentimental thing, but it sounds great, plays great. Whoever had it kept it in good shape. And it's a good guitar. This one is another 96 made in Korea Epiphone Les Paul standard from the Translucent line. This one's green. This is a fucking killer looking guitar. The flame on this thing is insane. It's got an EMG retroactive set in it, the Super 77s. And I didn't change the tuners, I thought about it. Other than that, this guitar is pretty much in the same shape that I got it in. It's set up real well, and this one's pretty killer too. Just look at that. Now this one should be my standard 50s. Yes, this is my 2020 Epiphone Les Paul standard 50s. It's a gold top. I had a traditional Pro 3 in a gold top finish, but I didn't like the back of it. There's just something about this particular, like just the clear coat over the mahogany, that I really like about these gold tops. It's just a color combination that goes well together for me, so that's why I went to this. And I tell you what, these Epiphone really stepped up their game. This is a great guitar. I didn't have to do anything to it other than just give it a proper setup. I changed the knobs just because, I don't know, and I changed the pick guard just to kind of break it up a little bit. Looks cool. And this is my 2020 Epiphone Les Paul Standard 60s. And this one I haven't done anything to. It's bone stock. Just gave it a proper setup, and no, I take that back. I changed the switch to a Switchcraft switch. But other than that, that's how it came is how it is now. And another great guitar that I just haven't really felt the need to do anything with. I like having some guitars with passive pickups just to add some variety to the sound. But yeah, these 2020s are great guitars. I'd like to get a few more of them. Maybe a Cherry Burst. And that's it. I mean, I got a couple other guitars lying around that I could have shown, but I mean, nothing spectacular. There's things that I'm not happy with about them, and or their models that I don't, or their guitars that I don't plan on keeping. But these are the ones that, for the most part, they are either like the Squire Blue Sparkle Strat or the Epiphone Translucent Les Pauls. They're not like super rare, and they're not super valuable, but they're rare enough that makes them unique. You don't see a lot of those around, and especially that wine red Les Paul. But you know, the rest, like I said, sentimental value, or they're just kind of unique or rare enough that they're worth hanging on to, not so much for, you know, monetary gain down the road or whatever. But these are probably the guitars that I won't get rid of, except for maybe one or two of them eventually, you know, to make room for something else that I really want. But you know, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't know if there's really much more to tell. If, like I said in the previous video, if there's anything in these videos with these guitars that I haven't, some of them I haven't done videos on, if there's something that's interesting enough to maybe do a video on, then I will. Or if there's one you guys want to see, you know, more in-depth look at, let me know in the comments below and I'll get on it. So, like always, guys, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch, and if you could rate, comment, and subscribe and all that fun stuff, I'd really appreciate it. Have a good one.